Hey folks, it's Babbaginator. We're in the Long Dark, currently in Mystery Lake at Trappers. Really, we are just trying to make do here. There's a big storm brewing outside, so no more hunting for now.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Ooh, we can upgrade our bibble. That's a tempting thing to do in the morning. No, that's not good.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah, we're just gonna go hunting for some more sticks. Ooh, you can rip it. Don't mind us, we're just gonna go pick up some sticks and get some, boil some water, cook up that rabbit. Should be a bunch of loose sticks lying around somewhere. I kept thinking we were on day 68, but we're actually on 67, almost 68. Oh well, close.
Wait. I'm so cold, I'm warming up a bit.
Let's see. Okay. Volume levels are good. Oh, it's been a long day. I will probably not do a long stream tonight. I'll just do a short stream. Just put it in about an hour or so. But, being a long day, that'd be nice to hop on. Move through the quiet apocalypse. See here. Okay. Just had to make some slight adjustments so I could see both my stream manager and also my OBS at the same time. This is honestly almost an argument for getting one of those really long monitors, extra wide monitors, like super extra wide. Just so I can have more real estate to do that, but they take up so much room anyways, like not really practical in sort of the size of space that I have to work with. I don't have a tiny room, but it is compact, yeah. Oh, I think the moose is still there. That would be a mistake. Wander right into the moose. No, that's not good. Nemesis, doing pretty well. The run is coming along. We've, let's see where we're at right now. We have 3 bows, which is good because this is running out. We have a travois finally. We are going to make our improvised bedroll in the morning so we can have extra warmth when we sleep. All kind of critical things we need so that our survival in Blackrock will be that much easier. Moose is still out there. Yeah, so basically what we're doing is in the morning we're gonna go, I think we're gonna go head to camp office and then we'll craft our improvised bedroll there. Because we're currently flirting with cabin fever, so that's one of the reasons why we're out here.
Come on, little fire.
But we're also gonna give up on our moose hunt. We really don't need to hunker down here. We need to keep moving, and going, taking out the moose takes up a lot of resources and time. which we don't really have. We need to get to Blackrock.
Can you eat trees? Because I'm gonna.
Hey, Dragonus. Welcome in. Let's see. Let's give a shout out to Dragonus. Thanks for the raid, buddy.
Cars that gives out candy. What? What? I remember you. Oh god, I have to read that out. Okay. I remember your sexy raptorous eyes back then. You used to be a living legend, kid. The leader of the toughest bikers around. Are you okay, Mark? Back.
I don't know. They always choose the most random and often worst clips to show. Yeah.
Oh no. The rest of the group. Oh! As soon as I clicked that chest, I was like, that's the trap. That's the click. Yep.
Yep. Worthy clip. Yep. And good to see Cassandra as well. Too.
Listen. I can't help it that I need to bite people.
Okay. And on that note, well, welcome in, Raiders. I'm Babbaginator. I'm a Long Dark streamer, mostly. I occasionally do some other stuff. Here's a little bio drop here for me. Uh-oh. Looks like we have to relog in our Streamlabs, so it actually runs the thing. Try that again. Oh, the shoutout stuff works. How come our... Oh. I have to reactivate the cloud bot. Weird. There we go. So I'm a writer. I'm the author of 2 books of poetry, a translator, and a former computer games programmer. And I'm currently back in school doing a master's in library and information science. But I also have an MFA in creative writing and a PhD in literature and creative writing. So I kind of wear a lot of different hats. This channel is not just TLD, it's also me talking about D&D stuff sometimes, and generally world building and creative writing. We sometimes do poetry readings. We sometimes chat has me read from my dissertation on 19th century artificial intelligence. Yeah, so we get all sorts of weird stuff. And occasionally people have me make cat noises, so there's also that. A little bit of everything.
Ow.
Okay, let's see here. We want to make more bandages. This moose. I mean, I kind of want to kill the moose just so because of the food, but I really don't want to stay that long here. I want to get going. Yeah, the challenge we're doing, I should probably put that down too. So we're doing an interloper run, but it's kind of total chaos. And what happens is at the start of the run, I spin a wheel and it tells me where I'm supposed to go as my destination. But this time, right at the start, we got Blackrock, which meant that we were no way prepared to go to Blackrock. So we, I mean, it's interloper. We didn't even have matches or a bedroll. So, so instead, we spent a long time trying to get everything we needed to get set up to go to Blackrock. And along the way, we spent 44 days hunting for a bedroll, which is like a new personal best. It's not something I try to do, but it's just like 44 days without a bedroll is pretty harsh. So that unwittingly became part of our challenge, was surviving 44 days without a bedroll. Hey Rena, good to see you. How's your week been? Use more coffee. You trying to get closer? You painted watercolors with a stranger in the laundromat. Go team. Yeah, laundry day's tomorrow, but I'm also going back to campus to do, a friend of mine's volunteered to help me get some new author headshots. The opera I'm working on, the opera company PR team has contacted me and asked for headshots to use for promotional stuff. So this is like our opera debut is not even until, let's see, Los Angeles is November 2026 and New York City is January 2027. So that's a long ways out, but they want to have all the PR materials now. So I was like, I probably shouldn't just do some selfies. I probably should get a friend to actually take some real quality photos of me. So yeah, so that's where we're at. I mean, I'm reminded of how embarrassing it was when my first book of poetry won the Philip Levine Prize. And when they contacted me, you know, they said like, hey, we want to publish your book. You won the prize. And they said, can you send us, like tomorrow, an author headshot or like a profile shot that we could use for the prize announcement. And it was like, I had not planned on this at all. I was totally like deer in the headlights. And so I spent part of the night taking selfies in my room, and it was terrible lighting. It was awful composition. I did not know what I was doing. And I had to send one of those in as the author photo. And it was a disaster. I mean, I felt embarrassed. I mean, they made it work, but I was like, it was pretty bad. And then later on, I recruited a friend of mine who actually had, studied photography and had the right camera and wanted to spend the afternoon shooting, in Los Angeles. And so we just went around to a lot of places and shot a lot of photos, and it was good. We had a great time, and we got some good photos out of it. And so that became sort of the author photo for the first book. And then the second book, I was in Portland at the time, and I had another friend who was kind of an amateur photographer who also agreed to help me out. Like I took her out for dinner, and she we spent the early evening taking photos, and some of those photos ended up being good enough to use. And so we used one of those for the second book. And for the third book, well, not for the third book, for, a couple of years after that, I was doing some more events, and I needed an updated headshot. And at that point, I think I had run out of people because I kept moving around, and it was like, oh, great. And at that point, I just tried my best to do the best I could with selfies and went back to regretting my decision. But thankfully, it wasn't part of anything like a book that's kind of permanent. Hey, Rootbeard, good to see you. They can be, as long as you still resemble the headshot, right? I mean, I'd like to think I look like my headshots from 2007, but I don't look that good, right? It's here, not to brag, but kind of humble brag. Let's see if we can find some of those photos, and I'll show you. Like, this is probably when I was in the best shape, and the photos look really good. Oh, actually, that's right. I had another set of photos. So the first book photos. Let's see, where do I have? I should have an archive of those early photos. Archive. That's 2000. Yeah, so I have my 2012 photos are my best photos. My 2007 photos were decent. So yeah, so my author photos from, let's see, I have this. Not that you guys really care, but anyways, we'll see. I don't know. It's passable. I'm looking at my 2007 photos. This I think was the one on the back of it. Here we go. Is this the one? Yeah. So that's the one from 2007. And then in 2012, so that was between books. I updated my photos because I'd lost a lot of weight, and I thought, perfect time to get some updated author photos. And these are the ones that I really want to get back to. I can't turn back time completely, but I can definitely get myself into better shape. And so those look like, let's see here. So yeah, so this is 2012. And let's see. And then we went up on the roof and shot some on top of I was living in Los Angeles in Koreatown in a 1930s former hotel, which had one of those big signs at the top. So we took some like rock star photos. Oh, and that's later on. But yeah, so these are the ones from 2012. This is me in my best shape. And somewhere I have like the complete shoot, but I don't have it here right now. And then the ones that I use for my, then there's the author photos that I use for the second book. Which are, let's see if I can find them again. So yeah, the second book uses like these ones. Yeah, this is the photo I think that's on the second book. Yeah. Which actually is annoying because if you look carefully, you see that my collar is actually improperly. Like my coat collar covers up my shirt collar, and my shirt collar shows my undershirt. It's just like, it's a little sloppy. I was like, I didn't notice that until later. So, little annoying things about that one. Yeah, let's see here. And then there's, of course, the infamous, and you'll see these as my emotes, some of my emotes on this channel. If you sub, you get some of these crazy emotes. Where are my crazy photos, my weird shots? Yeah, so there was a time when I got frustrated making. I got frustrated trying to take my own. This is in the middle. I think this may have been in the middle of the pandemic. Anyways, I was trying to take new author photos, and I was having a terrible time getting the shot right. And so then I just did a series of really bad photos, which then ended up becoming emotes on my channel. So these are all the crazy faces that I could make in a row. So I started doing these. So this is actually on my channel, right? And it's like Vorpal Bunny from Monty Python Quest for the Holy Grail. And yeah, anyways. Silliness ensued. These are not my author photos at all. They're just for stream. Yeah, my mother likes the blue shirt. She refers to them as the blue shirt series. She wants. She thinks that I should do another set of photos with that shirt. Which, yeah, I have another shirt the same color. When I go to campus tomorrow for photos, I think I'm going to take two. You know, I'll take that shirt as well, and then I'll have the option to switch between those two. But it's also probably going to rain, so it's going to make our shooting options a little bit more limited. Okay, we do need more water. Alright, got lots of water now. We do need to replenish our torches. Yeah, yeah, actually I was gonna ask Rena, I think it's too far north of you, but the big storm that came through and hammered Seattle in some ways also impacted us here in Vancouver. But not as badly as they were predicting. Did you get any part of that? Is it just the rain?
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
The mice trying to get into the house. Thankfully, we didn't have that problem. Alright. Guess we'll just take it since we have it here. Oh, I forgot to cook the rabbit. I left the rabbit behind.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
It's really all you want. You want the hide, and with the meat. We don't need the guts. And there's the moose. Pop back in. Hey, good to see you, Nunia. Thanks for the lurk. Yeah, they kept on predicting that we'd have power outages and we'd have like flooding, massive
Perfect.
waves. I don't know if we really saw most of that. We got high winds up in the trees. I moved my car actually yesterday, so it would be, because normally I park underneath a tree. I moved it out. Okay. Nunia wants a Baba block. Okay. After your shut up is done. Right, after your clip.
Holy shit. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Oh. 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 Just about shit my pants.
It's dusk, so that can't be far behind.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Okay. Baba block, block. There you go. I am trying to be a little considerate. My roommate has just gone to sleep, so. In the other room. I need to invest in some, I think some wall art or something
I'm not
that
gonna be able
will
to
be
carry this
better
load
at
for much longer.
soundproofing. That's one of the things I've been thinking about. It's hard with rentals, you can't do too much to the walls, but what's up, buddy? Oh, it's cold here. Sometimes they do. If you saw my streams, a few streams ago, I was up at the hunting lodge, and we ended up having the bear just kind of airdrop in on the cliff. So he'd come and he'd just like show up at the top of the cliff and start charging us, and then we'd shoot him, and then he would run away and he'd disappear. And then a little while later, he would teleport back up to the top of the cliff and then charge us, and then we'd shoot him and he would run away. Now this moose is a pain to hunt. Honestly, there's just there's a handful of good spots to hunt him, and he just has too much freedom to move around, so he's not really like the best. Yeah. Well, last stream we tried to hunt this moose and we wasted a lot of time. And I think he walked off with at least 2 of my arrows. But it's just, you gotta get the crit, and we don't have archery 5 yet, so we're not there. Can't guarantee the right shot. I don't know. We'll walk back this way, see if we see any other arrows we missed. And welcome in, Sir Cyrus. Ahoy joy, and throw a car at... Sorry, missed that part. Car at it, just kidding, okay. You've had the wolves at the hunting lodge climb trees? What? It's like, what? I've never seen that. That's wild. Oh, speaking of wolves. Yeah, this is one of my least favorite shots, is like shooting downhill. You get the shot wrong, the wolf just jumps you anyways. Or we could just lead him away. Honestly, we don't need to kill any wolves. At least not here. Ooh, on the other hand, if the wolf decides to hunt rabbits or a deer...
I'm starting to feel numb.
Going for a rabbit. Okay, maybe this is tempting. Get a little extra meat here, warm up. And we're not close to the moose. There's not going to be much on the rabbit when we get there. Nope. There we go. He's come, he's go. Go away, Wolfie. Now you go into my belly. Ooh.
Come on, little fire.
Okay. This is wasteful, but we're going to use a piece of coal because it's cold outside. I'm wondering if there's a pelt still on the rabbit. The rabbit still has a pelt, but we have another pelt. I picked it up and it disappeared. Yeah, so there was nothing left on that poor rabbit. Okay, I think we have some... No. Okay, so at least we're solving our hunger problems. And I think we need to make more tea though.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay, grab our pots, grab some new torches, and we're gonna head out. Just want to get to camp office. Yeah, actually, you know what we could do to make our life easier. Oops. Keep forgetting we have this guy. Just dump all our meat in there. And our water. And these guys here. And basically all this. Okay. Ooh. More meat. We've made a critical flaw. Critical error.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Oh, fine. Man, we are not good at doing this. Okay, Cassandra, happy sleep time. I will probably be wrapping up in half an hour myself. Yeah, tonight we started a little bit late, and then I want to go to bed pretty early. Well, I want to go to bed on time. Okay, let's deploy again. It's nice when the wolves are not on the line.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do. It's so cold. I just want to lay down for a bit. I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
If solo TTRPG based on The Long Dark, The Long December, I want to try that. I would definitely play that. Okay, I'll have to look for that after the stream. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? Oh, we got still lots of flour in there. That's useful. We never searched this. That's bizarre.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
We don't need that. Okay, so what are we trying to make here?
barely walk with this much gear.
Yeah, I tried to run a D&D campaign that was loosely based on the Long Dark, in the sense that primarily focused on... Oh, it's too dark. Like, focus mostly on winter survival type stuff. Just another thing of oil. Yeah, I tried to do something that was partly drawing on the Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign setting book and the or adventure module, whatever it is, and partly based on the Long Dark. And I think I started running that campaign and then somehow it got interrupted. We never actually got too far off the ground. I would like to go back and do that. It was kind of an interesting thing too, because I ended up, I based it on an alternate version of my homebrew setting. Like, I changed a number of things, and so it doesn't mesh as well with the rest of the homebrew setting-based campaigns I've run. So I'm not certain how I feel about that. If it's something that I will keep, or if I'll go back to the drawing board and see if I can figure out a way to, you know, make them all fit together better. But, I mean, the only person that cares about that, honestly, is me, because who's going to be in every single one of my campaigns and aware enough of what's happened to appreciate the fact that I actually deviated from how I've described some sections, some regions? And the answer is no. No one's going to care. You still have cabin fever problems. Okay, what are we going to do here? I think we go up to the cave, actually. Okay. We can make another bow. We could definitely make more arrow shafts. Yeah, I think that's part of it too. It's like, in reality, it's... Hey Nuka, good to see you as well. Yeah, I mean, there's no true history, right? There's just different variations of it, different accounts. Each historian includes some things and leaves other things out. Sometimes consciously and deliberately for political purposes. And sometimes just for a lack of awareness. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. We probably do not need all these things. Travel a little lighter.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
We're gonna go up to the cave and wait out our cabin fever. Well, I've been meaning to check. I don't know. We'll give you a shout out to see if there's any news. Rootbeard, are you still streaming? Or are you on hiatus? I think you had some equipment issues. Hopefully you get that sorted out eventually. Or, I mean, if you decide to retire from streaming, that's fine too. I definitely go through periods of time where I do not have enough. Well, right now, if I'm lucky, I get 3 streams in a week. You know, a couple of years ago during the pandemic, I could definitely stream a lot more. Still hiatus. Okay. Is it schedule or is it equipment at this point? It's
goddamn freezing. Yeah. Like even tonight, technically, I probably should have stayed offline. Spent more time researching for one of my papers that I need to write tomorrow night. Oh, bandwidth issue. I mean, like the connect speed. Oh, that's right. You were having problems with that. Yeah, I love The Long Dark. This is by all, you know, certainly the game I've invested the most hours in. We're nearing 3,500 hours in this game. I mean, like the only other game that I invested a lot of hours in was Skyrim, and that probably taps out around 750 hours. You know. Is this deer still up here? DSL. Oh boy. Well, at least you're not on satellite, right?
Oh, here he is. Here he is, folks. Our little friend. Who, sadly... I don't know if we can get this far started. Take care, Rena. Get some good rest in. 28. Ouch. You know, we're going to go up here. We're going to go look in the cave, and there will be a bedroll here that we missed. That's what's going to happen. I bet you that's what's going to happen. I thought I'd check this place, but I don't think I did. Or maybe I checked this place and I didn't have a hacksaw? No, I'm pretty certain we had a hacksaw at this point. Really? That's all we got? 0.7? Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay. It's like we're making panic. Maybe we'll just take another hide. Uh-oh. Figures. Yeah, I didn't
walk with this much gear.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. Oh, I moved it. Yeah, not good with these. Rabbit on the run, not a good shot. I've done it before. Okay, there he is.
Did that little hop. Boom! Popped him off the ground. Right in the snars. Hit him right in the nose.
Sure getting cold. I've never felt so cold in my life.
I don't think I have the key for this. No. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, we did finish crafting it. The panic, I was like, what? So we forgot to finish crafting our our bedroll, so we almost ended up without having a bedroll to sleep on. It was like, oh, that would have been bad. Okay.
Come on, little fire. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Okay, so let's get some sleep in here. I think we'll probably wrap up our stream here. So ordinarily I do longer runs, but, well, not super long. Usually I just do about 2 hours Right now we're about an hour and 15 minutes. But I do have a full day of stuff to work on tomorrow, and I should get some sleep. So I'm going to probably wrap up here soon. That plus 7.9 is huge. Okay, let's see what else we can do here. Do we have any broken arrows? No broken arrows. Crappy torch. This was enjoyable. Yeah, it's very laid back. One of the other things we do is at the end of every stream, I will read a poem. Yeah, so, and throughout the stream, if people want to, they can request me to read poetry, my own or other people's poems. Always happy to do that. But we're going to wrap up with something from mine. Just make certain Astrid gets enough sleep in. Sleep save. Saved. We are at 69. So we really only did about 2 days. Oh well, we only got about an hour in, so. Okay, so let's go read something. Poem chooser. At the end of poetry. Oh, okay, so this is from my first book and is very much more of a. Let's see where is it? Oh, it's over here. This will have much more of a TLD feel to it. My first book has more poetry that draws on the landscapes of Canada. I spent a part of my childhood in Saskatchewan, which is very cold during the winter time. And yeah, so you will probably feel, this was written a long time before TLD even existed. But I always feel like when I read the poems that deal with Saskatchewan or deal with the cold, it feels like I was writing about the game. So this is at the end of poetry. First, the high, brilliant sky in its perfect cold. The snow laid down in drifts as thin as flame, and the last taste of barbed wire rusting on the post, almost gone. From the memory of one thing comes another, grief embodied in a scarf whipped free by the wind, the red-tailed hawk spun in the distant sun, the smallest of satellites, the frozen earth complete with tiny lakes of glass. Here, almost invisible against the deafening fields, the remains of a small boat sunk low in the drained slough, forgotten but for the crows and the few final reeds that persist in its shade. These are journeys we never take, but fold back over again, clippings of fires, wars, deaths, rebirths. At night, the coals settle in the stove, the kettle steams. Outside, always a man in a heavy coat, with lantern in hand, moving through the dark, toward the whitening ghosts of trees. There you go, at the end of poetry. Yeah, Saskatchewan is Pleasant Valley. I feel like that's actually a pretty fair assessment. We're definitely much flatter, but in terms of the long stretches, the wide open spaces of Pleasant Valley, that's very much reminiscent of Saskatchewan's wide open space. And flatness, yeah. So, I mean, a little behind the poem. So this definitely references a lot of the landscapes I saw. From the ages of 8 to 18, I lived in Saskatchewan. And we lived in North Battleford initially, which is a little bit further north, more agricultural, more rural out there, outside of the city, which is really only about 45,000 people. And so my father, because of some of his church responsibilities, would sometimes we'd be out traveling to visit families out on farms. And so I got to see a lot of like really, I won't say remote, but like these open farm spaces. And then anywhere you drive in Saskatchewan, from the north to the south or across or the middle to the southern part, as long as you don't go all the way down south to the Cypress Hills, it's pretty flat. It's really open. And in wintertime, it's just frigidly cold. So I feel like a lot of the poem really is referencing, just conjuring up those images of the prairie, of the cold, and the wind, just that really incredibly strong wind that's always blowing. Let's see, what else is there? That image at the end, the man in a heavy coat with a lantern in hand moving through the dark towards the whitening ghosts of trees, it's simultaneously a literal image of like me or my father or one of the farmers trying to struggle through a blizzard to get to a particular location, and you've got like a lantern or you've got like a flashlight out, and it's just like, it is so hard to see in that. And the trees themselves are like almost like whited ghosts covered in snow. But it is also kind of a nod towards the figure of the hermit in the Terra, which is also a man in a heavy coat, in a long coat, with a lantern in hand and moving through the dark. So I feel like there's an overlap between the two things. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Thank you, Nuka. The taste of rusty barbed wire. Yeah. So the taste of, how do I say it here? The last taste of barbed wire rusting on the post, almost gone. And you see that, you know, the old barbed wire fences rusting out until it's like they're barely holding together. Abandoned places on the prairies. You see a lot of stuff like that. Yeah. Almost invisible against the deafening fields. If you're out there, if you've ever been someplace so remote that there's no one else there, there is nothing that makes a sound except for the wind, and snow covers everything. It is so deafening and deadening. Like you can't, sound simultaneously carries and then also like vanishes, and it's really amazing, like how, like, and then if after a while you can start to hear sort of the sounds of nature, but in the wintertime there's very little sounds of nature. It's just the wind and the scrunch of your feet, you know. Yeah, you shouldn't lick the frozen metal posts or fence. Just, if you've ever seen A Christmas Story, you know that is a terrible idea. So yeah, point taken. Plus, you probably get tetanus if you lick the rusty fence post. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Okay, so yeah, thanks for listening in on this poem. You enjoy these poems, you can definitely find more on my website. You can also find links to the books and where to purchase them from publishers. I'm probably going to spend part of my summer, actually not even summer, I think probably next term, I'm going to do a overhaul of my website. So I'm going to try to put into practice some of the design things I've been learning for this term and last term. And I'm also like trying to figure out how to balance the website. The website needs to serve multiple functions. There's me as an author, and then there's me as a librarian. And there's also me as a game developer. So I think I'm going to have to really think carefully about how to represent these different aspects of me, but also do it in a way that doesn't feel like it's just a wall of text. There's too much content. want to make it easier to navigate, clear what I'm doing, and then just, you know, design-wise, just a nice, cleaner design overall. But, okay, so yeah, let's figure out who we can go raid. Who is up right now? Oh, and when December hits, I'm going to make available some of my December redeems, which include getting me to sing various TLD themed versions of Christmas carols. And I might write some new ones for that too. Let's see, what do we got? A lot of people I don't know. Okay, so lots of new people on tonight. Okay, let's try this guy, Will Call. Oh, Saxy. Who's Saxy? Let me double check to see if there's anyone I'm missing here. I generally go and raid other TLD streamers, and I like raiding newer streamers too. So I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to raid someone that we don't know, who is at least actively speaking on their stream, so that's a good thing. So we're going to try someone new and hang out with them for a little bit. Sunder Runner, okay. Anyways, we're going to take our crew over. If you want to join us, we're going to pop over and raid Will Call.